I'm Larry Sanders with Investor Schooling, and today's lesson, well, I'm going to make that self-explanatory in a couple of seconds. Let's say you had $1 million, and you had this cash. My question to you is, how many properties can you buy with this $1 million? I know you're starting to think about it, you go, hey, look, I could possibly buy 10 properties for $100,000, or maybe, if you're smart, you thought, hey, maybe I can leverage this money and buy $5 million worth of properties because I put 20% down using the $1 million. Well, I'm going to tell you a little secret. And this little secret is that if I bought 1,000 properties right now, I would still have that $1 million. You know why? Because I buy properties with absolutely no money out of my own pocket. This is a great way for you to buy properties and a great thing for you to learn. I'm going to teach you a little bit about how I do that. I don't know if you ever remember these commercials a long time ago. Actually, I guess this is turning into one. They used to talk about something called OPM. Well, I used to watch these late night commercials, and they had these real estate guys like me, but they were much older than me, and they're probably dead now, talking about OPM. And when I was 18 years old watching these things, who in the world would lend me money? Who would lend me, I don't know, $100,000 to buy a property, right? And I bet you're thinking that right now. First lesson, stop thinking that way. Think big. Think that you absolutely deserve it. Here's the first clue. When you're buying properties, don't worry about where the money's coming from yet. The biggest mistake I see real estate investors make is they want to find the money. They want to find the money, right, before they find the house. Well, they think in step 1 and step 2. It's not. It's absolutely the opposite. This is step 1. And step 1, you need to find the house. You need to find a house that's a good deal. If you find a house that's a good deal, the money will find you. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're lying in your bed and watching TV after you have money, put it off on a house, you're not going to find the money. It doesn't just knock on your door and say, hey, I'm money here, use me. No, you got to do a little bit of work. You got to call people you know. But if you have a good deal, it's so easy. I'm going to explain it to you real simple. Ready for this? I want you to think about, I don't know, let's think about a car. Let's think about a Ferrari, for example, okay? And the Ferrari it's a beautiful Ferrari. I'm a terrible artist, but it's a beautiful Ferrari. I guess in this case it's a convertible, right? And this Ferrari sells for $500,000. Yeah. Your neighbor comes home with this Ferrari. He just paid $500,000 for this Ferrari. He paid cash. He comes into his driveway. You're sitting there, you're taking the garbage out, and you see him pull up, and you're like, wow, Jim, that's an awesome car. And Jim is so excited, man. He's like, man, I can't believe I got this car. I'm so excited. It's my dream car. I'm like, oh, man, this is so awesome. I can't wait. And he literally only has 7 miles on it because the dealer was 7 miles away. And he drove it from the dealership to his house. And then all of a sudden, his wife comes out and sees the car and said, Jim, what the hell is wrong with you buying this car without asking me first? Just for that, I told you I was going to get divorced. We're getting divorced, and I'm getting that car. Now, Jim says to you, listen, there's no way I'm letting my wife get this car. I don't care. I'll tell you what, I'll sell it to you right now for $250,000. Right now. But I need an answer now, and I need the money in 24 hours before she calls her lawyer. And you're like, holy crap, this is awesome. But what's your biggest problem? Your biggest problem is you don't have $250,000. Now, I got a question for you. If he just paid, it's got 7 miles on it, he just paid $500,000 for that car, do you think you can get $400,000 for it in a week? Of course you can. Anybody who is willing to pay $500,000 can now buy this car for $400,000 with 7 miles on it? That's easy. And let's say you even know somebody who wants it. You're going to make $150,000 if you could come up with the $250,000. What are you going to do? I'm going to tell them yes. And I'm going to call everybody I know. And I'm going to say this. Here's the deal. I'm going to buy this car for $250,000. I already have a buyer for the car for $400,000. I'm going to make $150,000. I'll tell you what. You lend me $250,000, and I will split that $150,000 with you. We each get $75,000. How many people do you think would say yes? Besides everyone. The only ones who would say no are the ones who don't have the money. This is how you need to think when you're buying real estate. It's exactly the same thing. So this car is no longer a car. Now it's a house. Can you do the same exact deal? Absolutely. This is how you find money. But if you're going to go buy a house for $500,000 that's worth $500,000, no one's going to give you money for it. You have to learn how to find deals. And when you learn how to find deals, the money will come. I'm Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. Maybe one day I'll teach you how to find deals. Keep watching.